Phyto Revival, the podcast, is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute the practice of medicine, nursing, or other professional healthcare services, including the giving of medical advice, and no doctor-patient relationship is formed. The use of information on this podcast or materials linked from this podcast is at the user's own risk. The content of this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Users should not disregard or delay in obtaining medical advice for any medical condition they may have and should seek assistance of their healthcare professionals for any such conditions. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I do want to apologize for being a little late this week. Things have been absolutely a little bit crazy. If you do not already know, my family and I are going to be moving to the Bluegrass State. We are going from Illinois to Kentucky. And so I do ask for your patience. I did today decided to do I'm going to just talk for a moment. And I want to talk because I want you guys to get a little bit better understanding of me and where my passion is and how I have to be careful, because as much as I like to have everything fit in its box and orderly and organized, that in order for me to prevent burnout, I have to kind of go with the flow. I have to go with where the energy takes me or what I feel inspired to talk about. And as I'm going through for the last week or so and just kind of contemplating, looking at everything. I have a son that's going off to college. He wants to study world business and finance, which is a field that completely overwhelms me, but he's going to be amazing at it. But as he is flying the coop, I still have 3 children at home, and we are moving and rebuilding our homestead. I have always had a love for farms and animals and the respect of nature in my environment. I'm sitting here right now looking at the various amount of plants in my living room that bring me complete joy. But social media, marketing, getting all of the nitty-gritty of what's expected in a business or to run a business or to be able to make money off of a platform, even just as simple as a podcast, is so overwhelming for me, because I just want to do my craft. I just want to be in the creative flow and just be able to inspire and help people grow. But unfortunately, it's not as easy to make the American dream as everyone makes it out to be. Networking, your environment, the people you have access to, it can make and break you. Not saying that it's not possible. There's a lot of gray areas, and it's not really the point I'm trying to get to right now. But as I'm watching and people interact with me and I start to talk about why I'm passionate and about what I do, they instantly bring people that I need to watch, people I need to listen to, people I need to learn off of. And I don't think they understand is that I learn off of my environment, that everything that I have learned from soap making to product making, which I do plan on doing a whole YouTube channel once we get moved, to my love of herbal medicine, my understanding of the chemistry and biology and botany, it is a passion. And so even though I may not have 1,000,000 degrees or 1,000,000 letters at the end of my name to prove where my knowledge base is, people that know me, they know. And I've had a couple friends that would call me and be like, before I even look on Google, what's your take on this? And I feel honored that people do respect and they honor my advice, but it can be overwhelming because I get a lot of the same questions over and over. And that is why I'm trying a platform like this, to really be able to get out there and be able to share my knowledge. But me as a person, I'm kind of awkward when you put me in a room by myself. I feed, like what I talked about before with the human design, is that I'm a reflector. I know how to talk and be able to connect with the person in front of me depending on what their actual energy that they're putting off. So I can sense what they want to know and how deep they want to go with it, where when I'm by myself, I'm just like, I get bombarded with all of these different ideas and different subjects and where to even start. It's kind of like if you're a mom or a parent and you have all of these household chores to do, sometimes it can be just overwhelming because you just don't know where to start. So I do thank you guys for tuning in and talking to me. Getting back to the a little bit of the point is my frustration with herbal medicine and being here in the United States is number one, herbal medicine is not a regulated modality. Anyone can go to you and say, "Hey, I'm a certified herbalist." Well, the truth is there's no such thing as a certified herbalist in the United States. I inform people that I do have my degree in complementary alternative medicine with my focus in medical phytotherapy, which is true. And if you don't know, medical phytotherapy stands for medical plant therapy. So I have a passion of researching the different chemicals, the terpenes, the bitters, the sugars, or whatever else is in the said plant and the effects that they have on the body and how it works with the body. So what does it mean when someone tells you that they're a certified herbalist? Well, to be honest with you, it means that they took a course and got a piece of paper off of it. But it doesn't tell you actually how deep or how profound the course was, or was it just another business, kind of like me giving out certificates? But because there's no regulating force, there's no real understanding of what that certificate means. Does it mean that you just finish the basic level of herbalism? Because honestly, anybody can call themselves an herbalist. Anybody that cooks in the kitchen and uses herbs can technically be considered an herbalist. So what does that mean when you get online and you have this herbalist and that herbalist telling you to make this mixed drink or that mixed drink to make this happen? To me, what really frustrates me with modern herbalism, especially with the social media era, is that they're doing a this for that herbalism, which means you got a cough, use this. You have an itch, use that. But what they're not understanding about the concept of what herbalism is when you are dealing with different cultures, different nationalities, or people as a whole, is that herbalism is way more than that. Yeah, that this or that protocol may possibly work or it won't. Every person is as chemically different on the inside as they are physically different on the outside. So where one person can take some chamomile and lemon balm tea to relax, another person that may do absolutely nothing and they may need valerian root and skullcap, or maybe they are allergic to the Asteraceae family. And so chamomile and calendula and a lot of the other flowering herbs are already out. So when you're following TikTok, and a lot of people may not even know their own body well enough to know what it feels like to be sensitive or allergic to something, then they're just following it because that's what someone else told them to do. And it may end up causing damage. I mean, you got to think of dandelion root, and by overusing it, that it can actually cause damage to the liver when you overuse it. Or if your family is actually a predisposition to have issues with the liver, it may accelerate some of those issues. So that's why when I do consultations, it's not just okay, tell me what's wrong and I'll match you. It's, we need to go in deep. What have you tried? What's worked? What hasn't worked? What has your environment been? And for me, the mental health and physical health connection. When you are mentally not okay, your physical health starts plummeting. And as I'm sitting here and I'm reading countless books, I love to look at the beautiful illustrations and the books and all the different backgrounds that all these people have come together and have made these wonderful monographs for people to use. But it is just really frustrating how watered down Americans are making herbalism. It is something that anyone can do, but I think that what we forget is just because it's natural, it does not mean it's safe. And just because it's safe for one person does not mean it's safe for another. I mean, think of poison ivy. It's natural, but doesn't mean we want to go rub it all over our bodies. So one of my biggest frustrations is that I have an innate sense and understanding and an amazing intuitive ability to understand plants on the chemical level. Like, for instance, let's talk about tinctures for a moment. And I can, if you want me to, I can get into a lot of this deeper at another time. But I always hear people say, "Oh, just put some plant material in a mason jar and add alcohol, and then you have a tincture." Okay, yeah, basically that's true. But things that you may not also know is that what if you want a mucilage property? Well, then you don't want to use alcohol at all because the alcohol will destroy the mucilage ability to coat your throat to help bring that soothing coating to help relieve, say, a sore throat from coughing too much. Or another way to look at it is every plant has 3 different solubilities of chemicals. You have chemicals that are water soluble, you have chemicals that are oil soluble or fat soluble, and you also have chemicals that are alcohol soluble. So depending on which chemical is connected to the therapeutic action you're looking for is going to change the way you may want to administer or extract that chemical out of the plant. So if the chemical you're after is alcohol soluble and you're like, "Oh, just drink a tea and this plant has this chemical in it so you can get that benefit from it." Well, not in a tea. Not if the action you're looking for is actually alcohol soluble, then you're going to need to make a tincture. And so without knowing how the chemical how to even extract the chemicals in the pure way, the way that it's intended, the medicine that you're making just because you're copying somebody off of TikTok or what you've seen online, you may not get the results that you're looking for and you may not get the results you want. Just like I have a liquid muscle warming, I call it warming liquid muscle, and it's a roll-on, and I used it for my arthritis. Did it take the arthritis away? Because I have rheumatoid arthritis. No, it's not going to take it away, but it does help with the pain associated with it. Did it take the pain away 100%? Not all the time, but a lot of the time it knocked the pain down enough that I was still able to use my hands more readily, which this is why I don't knit or crochet or spin yarn as much as I used to, because it can flare up at any time. And if you know, rheumatoid arthritis is autoimmune. So when you have an autoimmune disease, say that you're online and you're afraid of getting sick and flu and cold season is coming and you're boosting your immune system to the max by taking these herbs to help boost your immune system, but now you're sicker than ever and you're in so much pain. And the reason is if you have an autoimmune disease and you just boosted your immune system, you gave it all the power to attack you because it doesn't actually have anything else to attack and it already sees your organs and tissues as the problem. So this is when I get into the difference between immunoboosting and immunomodulating. Like there is so much about herbal medicine and so much that I want to teach the world. But I understand that my demeanor and my presence is that I'm not very loud and I'm not arrogant and I'm not out there trying to tell people how to do things. I'm simply just trying to help people understand their own bodies, to understand their connection with God, the source, the universe, whatever you call him, and the connection with plants. And in my personal belief is that God is the most purest form of energy in existence. And if we're made in likeness of him, it's not our humanity. Our likeness of him would be our energetic being, our soul. And everything that he has created has an energetic footprint. And so I have some amazing ideas and theories that I'm excited to play with but sometimes I just get stuck in my own head because who am I? Who am I to the next person? I'm not anybody. I'm just me. I was raised in Hutchinson, Kansas. I graduated from a high school. I went into the service right after that, dealt with an unreasonable amount of trauma in the service, dealing everything from abuse and a sexual assault. And then I met the most amazing man in the world. We celebrate 20 years of marriage, and, we kind of grew up together. We have 4 kids, and now we're going to yet a new phase of our life, and I'm excited. I've learned a lot over the last 20 years, and my understanding of this field is absolutely sound. And I hope to hear from you guys. I do have a Facebook page. You can visit it by going to Des Haley, DEZHALEY .info. And on there, you will be able to access the Facebook group that I just started. The more interaction I get, the easier it is for me to stay on top of things, mainly just because I have a million things going on and I have a lot of things I want to do, a lot of places I want to see, and I have a lot of skills that I still want to learn. And so I am looking forward to getting to know you guys more on a personal level and where you guys would like more guidance. My husband and I together, we have raised cows, we have raised pigs, we have raised chickens, both for meat and for eggs. I love to garden. I am a beekeeper. I love to spin yarn. I love to create. I like anything with creating, to take something from nothing and to make it practical. It just fills me up. And most of all, me being able to connect and help you guys, it elates me so much to see other people succeed. I truly do want everyone around me to succeed, whatever that looks like for you. I really, really hope that you get to take a step back and look at life and past all of the stresses and the expectations that this world puts on us, to get back to your center, to get back to your root and your grounding, and just take a breath and say, it's okay. It's okay if it's late. It's okay if you stumbled. It doesn't make you any less of a person. We are all here weathering the same storm of life. The difference is some of us are born in yachts. Others are born with just a plank of wood just floating on the ocean during the storm. But even though you can't help from where you start, you can help from what happens from then on out. You can build. You can continue to build on that plank of wood, and one day maybe you'll have a yacht. But if you don't take care of and nurture what you have and respect what you have around you and feel connected and blessed, and it's storms can have a knack of tearing things away as well. So I really hope that this gives you guys a little bit deeper understanding of me. And I do look forward to continuing. Just I do ask for a little bit of patience as I try to navigate and the chaos, the storm for the next month or so. But I do plan on still checking in and talking to you guys, even with whatever I might have learned or picked up for that week. And like I said, if you have any questions, go to the Facebook group, or you can even email me, which that is all on the deshaley.info link that I just gave you. But I think that is all I'm going to say for today, and I appreciate you guys, and I am looking forward to being more consistent as I can for a being that tends to go with the flow. But yeah, just thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me a chance. And I get excited to see how many downloads or what countries that I've reached this month. It is amazing. And I just thank you for seeing me. That's all. Have a great day.